What's up, Titanic? It's the quirky narrator here, Bored Badger, here to narrate another video. Hope you like it.
Most of us live with the effects of gravity dragging us down every single day. So, when news arises of places where gravity seems a little less raw and a lot more optional, we get excited. Roadside attractions, pricey flights, and amusement parks promise the skewing of gravity. Some only slightly, others total. If you're looking to float like an astronaut or just lose that annoying extra weight for a few minutes, you should probably check these out. Join us for a look at 11 places on Earth where gravity doesn't seem to work. Number 11. Santa Cruz Mystery Spot. This crazy place was first discovered by mechanic, electrician, and inventor named George Prather in 1939. While walking on a hill, he began feeling dizzy and disoriented, and was very interested as to why the feelings were happening. He purchased 3 acres of the land and decided to make a mystery area of his own as he was inspired by the nearby Oregon Vortex. Supposedly, he decided to build a crazy house in an area where his compass went wild, and finally opened it up to the public in 1941. It was the first gravity hill built in California at the time, and hundreds of thousands of visitors have flocked to the spot to experience the oddity for themselves. The mystery spot was designated as a California historical landmark in August of 2014, thus ensuring its survival for many, many years to come. Number 10. Zero Gravity Research Facility. This super cool gravity-defying location is found in Cleveland, Ohio. While not a strange, mind-boggling mystery area like some on this list, it's still a pretty sweet way to check out the effects of reduced gravity. Found inside the NASA Glenn Research Center, this facility performs tons of experiments doing drop tests in a vacuum chamber. They test components of all sorts to see how they react in microgravity, aiding in manned and unmanned space projects. Originally opened in 1966, it is still operational today and performs experiments on objects up to 1,000 pounds. Although not open to the public, if you happen to get your research funded by NASA, you might end up able to give this chamber a go. You can take a tour of the research center though, so you'll probably be close to where the magic happens. Number 9. Mystery Hole. West Virginia is home to our next place that gravity seems to have skipped over. The Mystery Hole is a series of rooms built underground that throw off people's perspectives of what gravity should and shouldn't do. Opened in the middle of 1937, Mystery Hole has drawn thousands of people in the intervening years, baffling and confusing almost all who enter. Other attractions besides the Mystery Hole itself are a Volkswagen Beetle that's been cut in half and appears to be smashing into a wall, and a giant gorilla statue that stands guard over the front door. We'd like to visit and see how it stacks up to other gravity-defying places on this list. Number 8. Jeju Mysterious Road. Located in South Korea sits Jeju Mysterious Road, a road that appears to slope uphill that actually tilts slightly downhill. The locals call it Dokkaibi Road, and it has become famous for objects and cars that appear to roll upward, creating a mind-bending illusion. The higher surroundings make it seem to gradually increase in elevation, but the road has a downward slope of 3 degrees and stretches for right around 100 meters. Drivers are encouraged to put their car in neutral at the start, which is marked with a signpost, and coast uphill, blowing the minds of many throughout the years. Number 7. King Dhaka. If you're a fan of roller coasters, this might just be the reduced gravity experience for you. King Dhaka first opened on May 21, 2005 in Jackson, New Jersey at Six Flags Great Adventure Amusement Park, and has been a roller coaster enthusiast favorite ever since. It rockets from 0 to 128 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds, then climbs a tower and rotates 90 degrees to a height of 456 feet, before plunging straight down 418 feet while riding through a 270-degree spiral. Once bottomed out, it again climbs 129 feet and produces a feeling of absolute weightlessness. Some say that the zero-gravity experience can last up to 8 seconds, which is probably enough for most people. The entire duration of the ride is 28 seconds, so we'd say even a handful of seconds without the effects of gravity is pretty good. Tickets to Six Flags Great Adventure go for around $50 to $60 depending on the day, making this a much cheaper way to feel gravity's effects leave you. Plus, you get the bonus of being able to ride all the other rides at no extra cost. Worth it? We think so. Number 6. Magnetic Hill. When driving through the countryside in rural South Australia, you might come across a weird sculpture of a giant magnet. If you do happen to see it, you're encouraged to stop and experience the strangeness of the area. If you're facing the direction where the road appears to wind its way uphill, put your car neutral and feel the mystery of this spot for yourself. Your vehicle should roll in the opposite direction than you would expect, uphill, and you might be blown away. This is said to work with any object, from balls to water and so on. Legend has it that the discovery of the place came way back in the 1930s when it was known as Bruff's Hill. A former farmer named Murray Catford claims that he had an acquaintance who got a flat tire at the bottom of the hill, and he tried putting a rock under the tire so his car didn't roll away. But it didn't work because the car started moving in the opposite direction. It has been proven to be just a trick, but that doesn't take away from the excitement and fun of the area. If you ever find yourself in Australia, skip by this location and try to puzzle out why this area seemingly defies gravity. Number 5. The St. Ignace Mystery Spot. Surveyors from California, Clarence, Fred, and McCrae visited the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in the 1950s for some good old-fashioned exploring. When they arrived in the area where the St. Ignace Mystery Spot now sits, their surveying equipment mysteriously started going wild. They tried and tried to level their tripod using a plumb bob end level, and even when the level would read correctly, the plumb bob was drawn to the east. They continued exploring in the area, becoming lightheaded and queasy, and discovered that the strange feelings and errors in their equipment were occurring only in the area of approximately 300 meters in diameter. This led them to believe that they had accidentally stumbled across a mystery area, thus setting up shop and opening the spot to the public. More than 2 million guests visit every year, most leaving baffled. They now offer zip lines, a giant maze, and a putt-putt course. But by far the most popular attraction is the area where gravity seems to have abandoned its duties, making for lots of fun and mystery. Number 4. Zero Gravity Corporation. G-Force 1. We think that's a pretty cool name for a pretty fantastic experience. In Arlington, Virginia, you can take a weightless flight for the small sum of $4,950, where you will experience 15 different 30-second parabolas. Basically an arc, or a giant U, high in the sky. The flights last between 90 and 100 minutes, and you get to experience 3 different levels of reduced gravity. One parabola simulates Martian gravity at around 1/3 of Earth's, and the remaining 12 let you feel complete weightlessness, which is sure to be the most amazing gravity-defying experience of your life. Operating since 2004, the Zero Gravity Corporation has had a long list of celebrity passengers, including Martha Stewart, Tony Hawk, and Stephen Hawking. Although expensive, this fantastic ride might just be worth it, as you're sure to remember it for the rest of your life. Number 3. Cosmos Mystery Area. Deep in the Black Hills of South Dakota sits this popular tourist attraction, where gravity just doesn't seem to work correctly. The location of the cosmos were reportedly found by 2 young college kids trying to find a suitable place to build a summer cabin, finding instead an area in the woods where gravity worked a little differently. The boys conducted experiments and developed a series of fun, entertaining, and even weird demonstrations to show the public why the cosmos is just a little wacky. Demonstrations include 2 seemingly level side-by-side planks where guests grow and shrink depending on which plank they're on, tennis balls rolling uphill, and a house in which visitors appear to stand nearly sideways in the room. The attraction opened to the public in 1953 and has been sharing the mysteries of the area ever since. If you ever visit, be prepared for your equilibrium to be thrown way out of sorts. Number 2. Oregon Vortex. Located in a popular tourist town called Gold Hill in, you guessed it, Oregon, sits our next mysterious gravity-defying spot. The famed House of Mystery was originally built as an assay office in 1904, which soon afterwards slid from its foundation and came to rest at a slightly gravity-defying angle. Local legend lends to the mystery of the area, as it's told that travelers attempting to pass through would soon find that their horses wouldn't want to continue on, and the Native Americans called the site Forbidden Land. Similar to the Cosmos Mystery Area in South Dakota, one of the demonstrations done at the Oregon Vortex is the height difference demonstration, where people appear to grow and shrink while moving to either side of a board. Some believe that a forced perspective is to blame for the anomaly, but that has been ruled out with readings taken by a stick. The site has been investigated and featured in many TV shows, including Fact or Faked, Paranormal Files, and Ghost Adventures. The X-Files also referred to the Oregon Vortex in a Season 7 episode titled Rush. Number 1. Zero Gravity USA. If spending $4,950 to feel gravity's pull dissipate just doesn't seem worth it to you, maybe $3,000 will sound a little better. Zero Gravity USA is a company in St. Petersburg, Florida, that provides weightless flights that you won't have to fight for room to perform your acrobatics on. A private plane takes you up and does parabolic maneuvers just like the Zero Gravity Corporation, but it's just you, your instructor, and the pilot on board. Even though the plane is a little more cramped, you have the back of the plane all to yourself to do, well, whatever you want. The plane climbs to 34,000 feet at 45 degrees, then drops 10,000 feet at the same angle over and over to provide you with an environment like no other. You get to feel gravity melt away for roughly 2 whole minutes of your flight, and like the Zero G Corp, they give you 3 different reduced gravity sensations. A $2,000 difference doesn't seem like much, but for a weightless experience all to yourself, it looks like this might just be the ticket.
Whoa, video's over already? That was pretty fast. If you want to see more videos just like this one, stop on by Bored Badger on the way out. I'll keep you entertained. See you there.